Hi, and welcome. This is Chapter 4, Homework 3, and it's only for period 1 and 7 because I wasn't able to see period 4, 6, and 8. So if you're in 4, 6, and 8, it's not for you. Okay, so this assignment will be due to the substitute on Tuesday. So that'll be the 6th Tuesday. So it's due Tuesday the 16th to the substitute. Okay. Now, let's take a look. It says, Shutterfly is an online picture printing and they ship triangular prisms. Which of the following would be a bird's eye view? So you have to imagine that there would be a bird up here in the air and that the bird would look down from the very top. Okay. And so that has to be this. This would be the view from the bottom. So I'm going to select A. This would be the view. This is not the view. If we recognize what's happening here, this would look like this on our 3D image, if in fact that was pulled back. And so neither of these are a fit because that's not how the image looks. Okay, now it says for a right square pyramid. So, okay, so it says it's a square pyramid. So I'm going to draw a pyramid. And they said that these are squares. What could not be a cross section? So again, we have two cross sections. Whatever we stack helps us with horizontal. So you're stacking squares, so you're going to get squares. So this one is, and they want me to identify which one cannot. And then thinking about my shadow puppets helps me think vertical. So if I look at this in a shadow puppet, I'm definitely getting a triangle. Now I'm trying to think, well, where would my trapezoid come from or my rectangle? Well, this came up in class a couple times, that if you cut an oblique or at an angle, then what would happen would be you'd cut at the top where you're really close together, and then down at the bottom, you're further apart. And so I drew a picture of a trapezoid. So the only one I'm not going to get is the rectangle. So make sure you take notes. Don't just select the answer here. Make sure you take some notes here. Okay. Now the other side of your sheet should look like this. Now mine's blown up a little bit because I shrunk it down for you, but it's still the same sheet. So it says determine the cross section that would be made by this shape. And so this looks like a triangular prism because I have rectangle faces. So it looks like underneath I have a rectangle. Here on the side I have a rectangle, and here on this side I have a rectangle. And on the front I have a triangle, and on the back I'm assuming a triangle. So we're kind of picturing that in our mind here. So it looks as if, because it's laying this way, it would make rectangles because it's laying on a rectangle bottom. So I'm imagining that this is what it looks like, and I'm going to put rectangle. So the horizontal cross section of this, because it's laying on its side, would be a rectangle. Now looking here, we know it's skinnier at this point on my pyramid, and it's fatter toward the bottom. So what we're looking at here is a trapezoid. Okay? Trapezoid. And if I kind of sketched that, it's skinnier higher up on the pyramid than it is toward the bottom of the pyramid. And the next one here, it looks like I'm touching a segment at the front of my triangular prism, and presumably it would be the same toward the back. It just looks smaller because of the depth perception. And so here, that would be a straight line, and you'd assume it'd be a straight line there. So that looks to me like a rectangle. Okay, so I have a rectangle, trapezoid, a rectangle. And now here, I definitely look like I'm just gonna get another triangle. This object could be made by stacking triangles. So if they cut it somewhere in the middle, definitely getting a triangle. Check out the next video for the back of your sheet. Thanks for joining us.